Welcome back to Action Fan Off the Shelf, episode 2 of the latest Off the Shelf, where we looked at Tom Stone here, and we didn't have time to look at this guy. So this is the escape officer's uniform. This, I believe, is the original, the first issue. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, in the comments. But unfortunately, we've got a 40th figure. So today I am going to be exchanging this Michael Bentine Potty Time guy for an original. Now I've got one here. He has some problems, but we're going to dress him up and we'll address his issues at a later date. Basically his issues are he has cracked limbs. Every limb has cracks. Some of them have been glued. I don't know what glue they used. So what I've done is applied super glue to some of these cracks just to keep him a bit more stable for now. I don't know what the best glue is, so if someone could please leave me in the comments what's the best glue for gluing action men. I tried plastic weld, but I had no success with it. Did I do something wrong? Is there a glue? Is there a way? I mean, I glue them and I band them. Then I sand the sprues down that go in the holes so there's not so much pressure. I think the sprues are so tight they burst them apart. That's what I think happens to the 40th, that this guy's foot comes off. And I think it's because the sprues were just a little bit too big for the holes. Or the sprues weren't flexible. So the sprues should have been really made out of a flexible plasticky rubber. Back in the original days, they probably didn't have that. But now we have. Or drilled the holes a bit bigger. I'm going to go ahead, undress this guy and put him on the 1964 guy. Flocked head. He needs a little bit of attention to his flock. He's lost a bit of his flock there. Flocky now. Got a little bit of a floppy foot. I've added some glue on the ball joint just to give it a bit more resistance. So I think he can stand, but only just. We'll look in the book and we'll see what this guy needs. Let's do this. Right. You can see the extent of the fading on them trousers. It's terrible, isn't it? When I'm doing this, I'm just so gutted when I see that. Obviously his coat, you can see it's faded down the front. Obviously that was like that, or front. So now in here, normally 90% of the time I've got the blinds shut. But the majority of my collection's over this side. So I do shut the blinds majority of the time. Only when I'm sitting in here do I open them. And then I'm very careful about sunlight hitting them. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dress him in these. This is the way I go. I dress them. I get them ready, I write a little list of what I haven't got, then I go hunting on eBay. I like to give the sprues a quick rub down, because I do find they're a little bit too big. I think that's what causes the issue of the limbs cracking. So just a small rub down of the sprues, just try and take some off it. Let's put his hat on. Have the torch. I know he needed a mug, so we've got a mug for him. Let's go ahead and read what this uniform came with. Right, it came with a cap. He's got that. Woolly hat. Now I have seen that somewhere. I know I've got it. It's green. I remember noticing that the stitching at the top had come open. Looked more like a sock. I'll endeavour to find that. Right, great coat. He's got a great coat, albeit faded. Scarf. He's got that. He's got trousers. Doesn't say at the moment what trousers he should be wearing. But he's got the basic soldier trousers. Boots, ID tag, which I've got no ID tags from Action. Not really that interested in them. Maybe at a later date, maybe I'll collect them. But as a kid, that wasn't important to me. Torch, compass. Right, compass we haven't got. Mug, we've got. Cheers. Luger, revolver, rope, and suitcase. Now he hasn't got that. Right, I'm going to put picture and picture up. This is the suitcase. I've seen it on eBay, 20 quid. They say suitcase here. It's actually like a briefcase. And within it, you've got a Luger that folds down, has a plastic orangey brown stop, and we've got a compass in there as well. So have a quick read. A member of the 17th to 21st Lancers, as can be seen from the cap insignia. We can see that. I wouldn't have known that. The escape officer wears a khaki British greatcoat. A rear view picture details the centre seam, the epaulets, and the half belt with the 3 brass spike buttons on it. The peak cap is the same as the one issued at the British Army officer set. A knitted green balaclava, which I've got, but I don't know where that is. I actually thought it was a woolly hat, but obviously it is a balaclava then, that's why it had a hole in it. This picture here shows the interior of the case. The torch is based on the same pattern as the torch issued in the Crash Crew set, evidently. Inside this, the escape officer has at his disposal a white plastic tape recorder linked by a single cord of white elastic to a microphone. I've never seen that. A standard Luger with a red-brown shoulder stock which fits around the outline of the pistol grip. Makes it like a more stable shot. Also in the briefcase, a long black silencer for the Luger. Right, so that's everything that comes with this guy. So sun's on him now, bleaching him even more. Sun's in my eyes. Basically the balaclava is what we need. Once again, got it somewhere. Just got to find that. Got his mug. So also just realised we need a compass as well. So we need the briefcase. We'll endeavour to get one. But as you know, I need so much. Right, so that's what we got. We've got a small list of what we've got to get. Not a lot left to say to you, is there, Action Man?
No, old chap.
Enjoy your tea. Cheers, buddy.
Nice cup of tea, old bean.
Action Man, escape officer, get in the car. Move the basic soldiers around a bit. Escape officer in the cupboard, looking dandy. Just the briefcase to find with all the bits and pieces that go with that. Right, let's have a quick look at the cupboard. There you go. There's a lot of the modern ones in there. I think I'll do a cupboard tour at a later date. This is a new feature here. Last but not least, there is our Action Man wall art. And to throw in there, we've got some Sergeant Rock comics, DC I believe. And for Christmas, I got some Action Man pictures. Thanks for watching, Action Fan, and thanks for watching the latest episode of Off the Shelf. And please join me in the next exciting episode.